Welcome to U.S. Briefing. The content of the briefing includes Columbus Blue Jackets breakdown, point streak ends in shutout loss to New York Islanders. WVU freshman Ofri Nave made a good first impression in charity exhibition. New Mexico Better Newspaper Contest winners. Belarus Lukashenko says Ukraine-Russia war at stalemate, urges talks. Matthew Perry dead. Columbus Blue Jackets breakdown, point streak ends in shutout loss to New York Islanders. Yahoo! The New York Islanders won 2-0 against the Columbus Blue Jackets with Semyon Varlamov in goal, recording his 39th career shutout. The Islanders have 9 points in the Metropolitan Division, putting them in third place. Kyle Palmieri and Matt Martin scored for the Islanders, while Spencer Martin made 31 saves for the Blue Jackets. Pascal Vincent, Blue Jackets coach, said, "We had our chances, a few posts, but our shot selection wasn't the best, I thought. The Blue Jackets are 6th with 8 points. We're shooting from bad angles at times," he said. "We want to create some ozone time, we want to have a shooting mindset, but there's lots of things we can improve, defensively but also offensively. I thought we didn't select the right plays offensively. Makes the goalie look good, but he played well, really well." WVU freshman Ofri Nave made a good first impression in charity exhibition. Yahoo! West Virginia University freshman Ofri Nave made an explosive debut in the Mountaineers' 85-78 exhibition victory on Friday against George Mason. In 27 minutes, Nave shot 3 of 6 from the floor, scored 9 points and grabbed 5 rebounds. New Mexico Better Newspaper Contest winners. Associated Press. The New Mexico Press Association recently held its Better Newspaper Contest banquet to recognize the best newspaper writing, photography, and advertising in the state. Awards were given out in several categories, including news writing, sports writing, feature writing, and environmental or agricultural writing. The contest was judged by the Arizona Newspaper Association. The winners of the General Excellence Award for each division were the Albuquerque Journal, the Roswell Daily Record, the Taos News, and the Deming Headlight. The awards were presented at the NMPA 114th Annual Convention. Belarus Lukashenko says Ukraine-Russia war at stalemate, urges talks. Yahoo! Alexander Lukashenko, the authoritarian leader of Belarus and an ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin, has called for negotiations between Russia and Ukraine to end their conflict. Lukashenko stated that the situation on the front lines is at a stalemate, with neither side able to strengthen or advance their position. He urged both sides to sit down at the negotiating table and resolve their differences to prevent further loss of life. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has also called for a peaceful resolution to the conflict through his 10-point peace plan. Matthew Perry dead. Associated Press. Matthew Perry, who starred as sarcastic but sweet Chandler Bing in the hit series Friends, has died. He was 54. The Emmy-nominated actor was found dead of an apparent drowning at his Los Angeles home Saturday, according to the Los Angeles Times and celebrity website TMZ, which was the first to report the news. Purdue football's air raid attack dropping duds. Yahoo! Purdue's air raid offense has been criticized after the Boilermakers scored just 35 points in 3 games in October. The team's 35 points over 3 games is its lowest over a 3-game period since 2013. Australian security ties questioned as India becomes the world's Russian oil launderer. ABC. Reliance Industries oil refineries are at the center of an international intrigue between the West and its critics. The game revolves around the oil trade between Russia and India. In 2021, India became one of the biggest buyers of Russian oil virtually overnight. This has sparked concerns over the implications for Australia's security ties. India has not fallen in line with Western demands for a boycott of Russian oil supplies in the wake of the Ukraine war. Experts argue that India's decision to welcome Russian oil exports is driven by the country's need to secure enough energy to power its economy and meet the needs of its growing population. Furthermore, India does not want to be dictated to by the West or accept the US as the hegemon it has to follow. India's alignment with Russia is also driven by their shared history of friendship and mutual understanding, as well as a sense of anti-Western imperialism. Nikki Haley swipes at Trump as GOP candidates tout staunch support for Israel. Yahoo! Republican presidential candidates delivered speeches touting their staunch support for Israel at the annual Republican Jewish Coalition Summit Saturday and sought to peel support away from former President Donald Trump, the frontrunner, who recently faced backlash for criticizing Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and calling Hezbollah, the Lebanese militant group, very smart. And that's a wrap on today's news. We've covered a range of topics, from sports to politics to international intrigue. Let's dive into some analysis, shall we? First, let's talk hockey. The Columbus Blue Jackets had their point streak snapped in a shutout loss to the New York Islanders. It seems like the Blue Jackets struggled with their shot selection and offensive plays, giving the Islanders goalie an opportunity to shine. But hey, there's always room for improvement, right? Moving on to college basketball, West Virginia University freshman Ofri Nave made quite the impression in a charity exhibition game. With a solid shooting performance and some rebounds to boot, it looks like Nave is off to a promising start in his college career. In the world of journalism, the winners of the New Mexico Better Newspaper contest were announced. It's great to see the hard work and talent of journalists being recognized and celebrated. Kudos to the Albuquerque Journal, the Roswell Daily Record, the Taos News, and the Deming Headlight for taking home the General Excellence Award in their respective divisions. Turning to international affairs, Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko has called for negotiations between Russia and Ukraine to end their conflict. Lukashenko recognizes the stalemate on the front lines and urges both sides to find a peaceful resolution to prevent further loss of life. It's a step in the right direction, and let's hope that talks will lead to a lasting solution. In a shocking turn of events, it has been reported that Matthew Perry, beloved for his role as Chandler Bing in Friends, has passed away at the age of 54. Our hearts go out to his family, friends, and fans during this difficult time. Shifting gears to sports once again, Purdue's air raid offense is facing criticism after a lackluster performance in October. With only 35 points scored over 3 games, it's clear that improvements need to be made. Perhaps a re-evaluation of their offensive strategy is in order. And finally, we delve into the world of international politics. India's decision to become a major buyer of Russian oil has raised concerns over its security ties, particularly with Australia. While India's motivation seems to be driven by its energy needs and desire for independence from Western influence, it's important to consider the broader implications of this shift in alliances. Now it's your turn, dear viewers. What are your thoughts on today's news? Do you have any burning questions or insightful comments? We're all ears. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.